Greetings, my mighty light warriors, agents of light, sword of truth, guardians of this planet, guardians of the galaxies. I welcome you back to the Light Warriors Oracle. This channel is meant to serve as a source of empowerment, activation, and remembrance for all who consider themselves as light warriors out there. And I welcome you back to another reading. So, I was going to use the cards, but I feel like I want to channel this fully. We're needing to prepare ourselves to go into battle. We're needing to prepare ourselves to go into battle because there's a preparation that is being done right now that is targeting children. There's something that is being done right now, plans that are being made right now that targets children, that puts children in danger. And we're needing to gear up for this battle. We're needing to literally take the battle out to these people that are targeting the children. There's a call for us to protect the children, and especially now. And what's coming through is like these last few months before the end of the year. This last few months, people are orchestrating things that you're going to use to target and to harm children. And we might be looking at, so first of all, with this whole calendar thing, we think that these last 3 months are, leading up to the end of the year, but the year has ended. The year has ended. And how we see it as, now we're left with 3 months and then preparation into the next year. The year has actually ended. This period is when we are actually gearing up for the new year. This is when we're gearing up for the new year. And I don't know exactly how these cycles happen, but let's stick to what's most important. In this period, in this time, during these times, like getting to what we think is the end of the year, not realizing it's actually the period where things are being done for the start of the year, because this is actually the end. A lot of different energies, a lot of different groups that also delve into sinister things use this as a time to gear up for their new year. Like I was saying, this is not time going to the end. This is the end going to the new beginning. And they use this period to gear up for different things. They use this period to do a lot of different things. And so you hear in some places, towards the end of the year, there's a lot of accidents. Towards the end of the year, there's a lot of fires. And even in corporate, some do it. This is something that happens in multiple ways in corporate. Sometimes towards the end of specific years, specific timelines. Certain corporate industries will cause chaos in their stations, like will cause damages in places, or certain things will happen like fires, like disasters, and all those things. But it's just specifically so that they can clear out some kind of insurance thing, or to clear out some kind of things, certain things that are needing to be hidden from the previous year or the previous cycle. And so they use like these fires and these different things to kind of like hide those things. Some so that they can claim insurance. But that's not what this message is about. But this is just to give you an idea how certain disasters or certain things are intentionally orchestrated for benefit. They are intentionally orchestrated for benefit. And this benefit is not just one thing. It's different forms of benefit. When you look at what's happening in Congo right now, a lot of different people are reaping the benefit. Some have become landowners of massive stretch of land for literally peanuts. They've bought massive stretches of land for peanuts. Why? Because there are plans to bring disaster and chaos on that land was successful. And so now so many people have been unalived and their properties and their lands taken. These have become no man's lands. These have become no man's lands of which they have taken territories. You have a lot of these people backing whether the rebels or whoever it is that's actually on the dark side or on the wrong side. And you have the same people preaching to the weak that are being afflicted on that they are saviors, but they are the same ones that are empowering and fueling rebels to harm them. So it's like the divine is saying this message is to bring the awareness on the fact that It's time to rise against these energies, these entities, as a matter of fact, because they are being fueled by entities. The energies of greed and power and money and all those things is being fueled by darker energies. Now, yes, some of these people have come into this lifetime with a specific signature, and sometimes it's tied to who they used to be and the karmic cycles they're needing to clear out. But that's besides the point of right now. And I'm hearing the point of redemption is we're past the point of redemption with some of these people. Some of these people, it's not going to be about redemption. It's going to be about them having to what? Leave this cycle so that they can what? Start a new cycle. Anytime there are some of these disasters happening, there are a lot of children that are being taken away. There are a lot that is being done. You have a lot of these things coming in as aid, as support, as guidance. You have an idiot like Bill Gates he's going into African countries and asking to sign contracts for, I think, is it 20 years of vaccination testing? Or basically he's asking some African countries to sign contracts to do vaccination testings in their countries. As if they didn't go and do this in Nigeria in the 70s, where they killed so many Nigerian children and alter the natural life cycle of a lot of these other children, put them in different ailments, and they still haven't been penalized for that. They still haven't owned up to this. This same Bill Gates that is trying to alter our food, genetically modify the food. How is it that as a human being, you're worried about eating natural? Now, when we think of these people, we think of them as human beings, not realizing that a lot of them are not even human beings. A lot of them are literally entities, and a lot of them have already been taken over by reptilian bodies. So you have people that are literally walking shells. You understand? And when you look at some of the things that these people do, you would understand. It's like, why are they targeting the food so much? For some, it's not just about trying to basically alter the cycle of our the natural cycle of the human experience. Some is also because they're trying to make this place receptive for these evil entities, these negative, low vibrational alien bodies. And so a lot of the things that are being done now, we think is alien or we think is weird, but that's because they're making this world receptive to their alien bodies. They're making it receptive for their reptilian bodies. They're making it receptive for the kind of energies that they know they are going to be working with, or the kind of things that the energies that they are working with are going to need, or the things they need to survive on. This is why it's time already for us to literally stand and fight against these things. And I keep saying it's not about protesting. Protesting is how they used to mark us. We are the light warriors, the kind of energy that lives within us. We conjure, we pray, we command. And that time has come. The children have been under attack for too long. The children have been in danger for too long. And now it looks like these mafos think like, yeah, they really do think, I don't know, but I think it's also because too many of us have let things slide. Too many of us have let things slide. And another thing I've been sensing heavily is like energy of spirit, or energies of children who have just become spirit. Children that have been on alive. Because like I said, like these last 2 weeks, it's been every single day I have dreamt with children, back to back to back, even in the afternoons. Even during the afternoon naps, I have dreamt of children. And sometimes the children are trying to show me something through a disaster. It's like some of these children were trying to say like, there's more beyond the disaster. And it's like when people were running away from where the disaster was coming from, it's almost like they were trying to say like, go into what looks like the disaster, you will find You will find secrets behind it. That's where you will see there are things being done. It's like everybody is being sent away so that they can take place. There's more happening behind the scenes than just these disasters. A lot of these disasters are not natural. A lot of these disasters are not natural. And the call has come for us to stand, because in these next few months, towards the ending of the year, they are orchestrating disasters to happen so that they can use to, again, steal children, steal resources, claim land, so that they can continue to repeat the cycles. We're needing a lot of these places to blow up and tank in. We're needing a lot of these corrupt organizations to go under, but we can't do it just by 10:46 on the timer, 10:10. I'm telling you. It's time to raise our swords to protect the land, to protect the children especially. It's time to raise our swords to protect the children. And another thing is, the nature spirits, they're looking to us to call on them to join in. It's like, because the thing is, we have our will, the strong will and the willpower. It doesn't allow them to just come in and do anything. This is why these negative entities or low vibrational entities, they influence these other people with power. They give them power, they give them money, they give them resources, so they do their bidding. But with the clean spirit, divine spirit, they don't offer you anything to give them your free will, no, because they understand that that is not the right thing to do. They leave us to ourselves to use our own discernment, to give the power, the command to do certain things. So I feel like now more than ever, it's going to literally be for, if you've been called, and especially if you've already had the dreams, if you've been having the dreams about saving children reaching out to you, it means that you're one of the light warriors that are meant to be helping the children, saving the children. The time has come to start to think about the different ways that we can use to do this without being marked. Because another thing is, we're divine, but we're not stupid. As a matter of fact, we're smart and sly as the fox. As a light warrior, you have to be as sly and smart as a fox, because a lot of the energies you're going to be dealing with are going to be people that will always feel like trying to have one up on you. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the timer. This is why I keep saying the light warrior energy is different from the light worker's energy. The light warrior's energy basically channels the light of your shadow. It operates from a space where your shadow comes to the forefront and it's like, yo, we need a shadow to protect the light. Where the light worker energy is the other way around. It's like we use the light to call out the shadow so we can integrate it. And this is why I keep saying you become a light warrior before you become a light worker, before you become a light warrior. Because being a light warrior is not just about fight and this, and it's also about peace and discipline, responsibility. And this responsibility right now is what a lot of us are being called into. It's not just about reading the news anymore. It's not just about wishing people well anymore. It's not just about making comments on social media anymore. 13333. It's not just about debating amongst us anymore. It's about calling out to the nature spirit. It's about reaching out to the gods of the land. It's about conjuring and commanding our army and forces to go into these places and to battle and to do these fights that we are aligned to do, or that we have been called onto this planet to do. Because there are a lot of children that are being harmed, that are being attacked, that have been targeted. Who is keeping track of the number of children that have gone missing in the US in the last 6 months? When I saw it, I was like, what? And this is not all over the US. 1414 on the timer. I think this was just one of the states. I don't remember specifically which one, but this was just one of the states, and it was over 1,000 children. It was over 1,000 children gone missing. That is not right. A lot of these children have been abducted. And it's time to fight against these things. I will be posting our mission to go on to help to solve some of these issues. And for whoever is being called to join the agent of light, to join the circle of light, this is the opportunity for us to get into it. So check the community tab and I will be posting the details in there. Have a blessed day, guys.